What's up YouTube, Chop here. Today we are in a different spot recording because it is really cold today. I'm just in front of the fireplace, so you might hear that crackling. And today we are doing another book review, and it is Rich Dad Poor Dad today. It's been a best-selling finance book of all time for 20 years now. It is pretty good. So we'll jump straight into it. Quick summary. So Rich Dad Poor Dad. The title comes from Robert Kiyosaki, the author obviously. He essentially, in essence, had two dads. His own was the poor dad, and then his best friend's dad was the rich dad. And they both had different ideologies, and that shaped Robert Kiyosaki and enabled him to really write this book and write it really well. So there are 9 chapters throughout. And throughout these 9 chapters, he goes into depth about what you should be doing, really hammering home the difference between an asset and a liability. That's a reoccurring theme throughout the book. And so it's structured so that there is study sessions after each and every chapter, where it is a repetition of the points made in each individual chapter, which is pretty good. I did find it sometimes a bit repetitive in the study sessions. They really repeat the same point over and over, but that's all right. In the study session as well, it gets you to question his statements, which is all right. You kind of do it already, so that's good. And then at the very end of each study session is definitions for the words in the chapter. And I found that because this is my second reading of the book, I actually knew a lot more of the terminology, but it was probably because I had learnt the definitions in the first place from the book. So it gets good credit for that, for having really solid definitions throughout the book. So throughout the 9 chapters, he has excellent examples. He has done a lot of real estate and stock deals and stuff like that. So it is just got a heap of examples in there. And the message from each chapter is really clear. It is a really easy to read book. It was one of the first ones I picked up. I've reread it and it's still just as easy. The message gets across just as clear. So the negatives, however, the summaries. So in the study sessions, the summaries are just not brief. It really repeats the whole chapter again in my mind, which just isn't really necessary. There's just a lot of just the same thing twice, which doesn't really make sense. I like the summaries, but you don't need to repeat them just as much detail as he has. And the structure, sometimes the study session at the end of the chapter, I don't think it was necessary. They're pretty good, but I don't know how to feel with them. It's not really a negative, it's I'm on the fence with it kind of thing. But I mean, it's interesting, it's unique, so gets credit for that though. The positives, however, he's got a heap of examples in here. I love examples in finance books. His own personal ones, he explains it really well. Obviously he's done it a lot, so he explains it really well. And the simplicity, that is a big positive. It is just so easy to read, whether you're in year 10, whether you've got a master's degree, whatever. It is so easy to read, and that's what makes it so great. And yeah, so he's got solid definitions. Another thing that he goes on about is financial literacy. He really harps on about that. And overall, it is a pretty good read. I would definitely recommend it for anyone looking to get into personal finance. So now it is time to rate it. So we rate it on 4 categories and then overall. And the 4 categories are organization, readability, relatability, and content of the book. So for the organization, I've given him a 6, just because I feel like there's non-brief. The study sessions, they just repeat the same chapter. I don't like that, so he's only got a 6. The readability, it has to be a 10. It is so ridiculously easy to read. There's no words you won't understand. it is just so easy to read. Relatability, he does a pretty good job of relating his examples to you and what you can be doing. Gets a 7.5 for that. And the content has to be pretty high. He he's done quite a few sales and whatnot in his life and bought stocks and made profits and had losses. So his content is pretty good. Get a 9 out of 10 for that, making his overall score an 8.1. Yep, so that is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Definitely a great book for anyone looking to get into personal finance. It is just the best place to start. As far with all the books I've read, it is definitely the best place to start. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the book review on Rich Dad Poor Dad. I will probably be making more videos. I'm starting to get like my schedule down packed, which is good. Yeah, so more videos should be coming a bit more frequently. And I hope you enjoyed this one. And I will catch you guys in another one. Peace.